Let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Let's get into this Travis Hunter situation. You know, I am almost, just incredibly, I don't say almost, I am incredibly disappointed at the fact that I'm even addressing this situation. Here we are, less than a week away from Travis Hunter, even though my Heisman winner pick was Tyler Warren. Still, you know, obviously you just got to accept the fact that Travis Hunter won. And here we are, less than a week of him winning the Heisman Trophy, getting himself ready for a bowl game. First time, you know, the school, the program has been a part of a bowl game in years, had a hell of a season, had a hell of a season. And we're sitting here, the national story, the thing that actually made Fox News, is some fight or some dispute that he and his girlfriend is having with other members of the media because of some damn clips that only if you had to be there, you had to actually be at the events to know, to even give an opinion on these clips, because they were there and they know the context of it. They know what was said. They were there the morning, and they weren't just there for the 7-second clip that went viral that everybody has to now have an opinion on, because this is just the world we live in. And that is the story. This is what made me have to address this. The fact that Fox News, I saw Fox News, an accredited news station like that, you know, a news station that had some level of integrity in terms of what they report, are now reporting on some disputes that Travis Hunter and his girlfriend are having with the media. And granted, true enough, fair enough. You know, Travis and the girlfriend, I don't even know her name, but the girlfriend have a role to play in this, because they've went out and they publicly responded to it on camera, and they're showing, you know, on camera that it's getting to them clearly. You know, they get very emotional in terms of how they responded to it, and they've given the media, they've given trolls, they've given clickbait websites, they've given them the material to comment on, and that's fair enough, true enough. I get it. All right, I get that. That's the world we live in. But to me, it exposes a completely different thing that we are not talking about, because of what I just said, because of what I just opened up with. Given everything that Colorado and Coach Bryant accomplished on the field, look at the kind of stuff we're talking about. This is where, all right, myself, other black men, other black coaches, other African-American coaches who have been critical of Coach Bryant, whether it was Eddie Robinson Jr., who didn't like what he was doing, and, you know, or Jason Whitlock, who has been critical of him, win or loss, or anybody that has kind of said, hey, look, Coach Prime, love what you're doing for the kids, love your intention, but when you have the cameras exploiting these kids to the point in which you do, this is where the problem happens. Right here. It is not anything we're criticizing his football knowledge about. We're not criticizing the fact that he knows the game. Obviously, he's the greatest athlete to have ever played the game, greatest corner to have ever played the game. No one is ever going to question his ability to coach football. He is him when it comes to that. It's when you start allowing the cameras and the rappers and everything to turn into a damn soap opera, and now you got reality TV show coming up. You know, you came up, you were a TV personality before you became the coach at Colorado, before you even became coach at Jackson State. These are the things that a lot of people are talking about when we're talking about, when we're talking about the criticism and the thing about what Coach Prime is doing. Because as much as and just for the record now, my thoughts on this changed quite a bit. I was back and forth with how things were, because I was just so frustrated at the fact that you have a young black kid who has the world ahead of him. I mean, absolutely brilliant young man in Travis Hunter. I was upset at the fact that the national story on him is now some decision and some things that he's doing with his fiancée when he's trying to do the right thing. That's the part that pisses me off. The part that pisses me off is you have a young athlete in Travis Hunter who has the world right in front of him, has everything he could possibly want in this world, and he's trying to do the right thing. He's not trying to go jump around and, you know, take his money and go run around with a bunch of women. No, he's trying to be a great husband. He's trying to be a great father. Yet the story now becomes, okay, she's this and she's that. And when, in all honesty, nobody but him knows exactly what goes on between those two. However, they're giving the media so much material to comment on. And when you look at what the example that's been set, when you look at the foundation that's been set, when you look at the expectation, when you look at the program that he's been a part of, this is what Coach Prime has created. This is the monster he's created. Just giving you the God honest truth. This is the monster he's created. Again, I've been on here being very supportive of Coach Prime. I've given him credit when credit is due. This is one of the things that you just got to be careful of, because when you talk about the way he runs his program and the way he lets the cameras in on everything, and he has his the media, and now he's got another documentary coming out, and he's going to be doing some reality TV show and all that kind of stuff. Your kids and your players are affected by that. So now, instead of Travis Hunter being able to celebrate a moment for him that one of the most incredible moments, now the national story is, okay, are we seeing another Desperate Housewives of Atlanta? That's what it feels like, right? That everyone's giving their opinion on something that's very personal to him. And that's what you have done when you decide you're going to exploit these young kids, as opposed to, coaching them, not just coaching them, but keeping a certain level of integrity, keeping certain things in-house that need to be handled in-house. That's the issue. That's really the issue. It's one of those things where continuously, the national media over and over and over again, they continue to disappoint, because this is the story. This is an actual story, and this is actually something that they're reporting on, and we all know why they're doing it. If it was any other coach, I'm telling you right now, if it was any other coach, if Travis Hunter was with any other coach, if he was with any other program that is used to being there, any other program that's been established, this would not be a story. There's tons of players of other programs that are in his situation where they're trying to do the right thing. There's tons of players who have, proposed, even in this day and age where they have enough NIL money and they're going to be projected draft pick. They've made plans and they've proposed to their college girlfriends at this age. None of it is a national story. Why? Because the cameras are catching everything. Obviously, yes, like I said, true enough, they feed into the cameras, but why do they do it? The question is, why are they doing it? Why is it picking up so much why is it picking up so much steam, so to speak, right? Why is it getting so many headlines? It's because that's the way the coach runs the program. The well-off media and, making that a name brand and doing all the social media stuff and playing in front of the cameras all the time, as opposed to keeping things in-house. This is what we're going to see. This is where the real test comes in now. What you do 1 year in football does not matter. The real test now is, okay, have we exploited the young men, and are they going to be able to function in that type of limelight? All right, my theory is no, it's just not going to work. But again, I got to wait and see to see if I'm right about this. But the truth of the matter is, the problem that we're seeing is that instead of talking about Travis Hunter's Heisman Trophy, the national story is about something that's going on in his personal life with his girl and all that kind of stuff. And that's what's making headlines. And that should tell you everything about the national media. Should tell you everything about what we do to our young athletes. Should tell you everything about what your responsibility is as an adult to make sure certain things are in place, that there are certain foundational pieces in place for your young kids. And I'll be addressing a lot of that in about an hour or so in the live stream today, where I'll be talking about debunking racism and understanding racism isn't about another person. Racism is a systematic thing that you can either, again, feed into the system, or you can reject the system and start to create a system of your own, and start thinking on your own and developing your own brand so you can be a model for the young people. All right, so all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyamove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.